Big it up, big it up. Hearing my voice. Yeah. Here we go.
Ooh, what is up, everybody, and welcome to episode number 19 of the Notorious NerdyD Wrestling Show, the single greatest wrestling podcast on the internet. I am your host, NerdyD, and joining me on the ones and twos, working the mics and cameras, is Miss Level Up Lauren.
What's up, y'all?
Each and every week, we bring you everything you need to know about the world of professional wrestling. Make sure to like and subscribe to the show on YouTube at Notorious NerdyD Wrestling Show, or subscribe on your favorite podcasting networks. We are on Spotify and Google Podcasts, still working on getting on Apple. That is all at NerdyD Wrestling Podcast. Make sure to leave a review or a comment or like a 5-star, whatever, just to get us into the algorithm and get us kind of up on the main pages and keep trying to build the audience. Housekeeping this week. The Facebook group is chug-a-lugging along. I think we're up to 13 people.
Yeah.
13 solid people. We're not trying to rush this thing. It's a trust the process kind of movement.
Yep.
So if you haven't yet joined the Facebook group, you can do that. But I'm not sure I'm in love with the Facebook group.
Okay.
I don't. Facebook is a weird place. I know it's kind of outdated. It's becoming the metaverse and all this shit. And maybe it's coming back around full circle. But I don't love Facebook, right? Because it feels like everybody's part of 100 different groups. And you just kind of get lost in the shuffle, right?
Yeah.
People will add your group, but then they don't. You just get lost in the 100 other things that pop up on their page. I want to kind of put out a question to everybody who listens and see, does anybody know of a platform that makes sense to kind of host a community where we can post clips from the shows, post questions, but I only want like the people who truly are paying attention involved in the group. I don't want just a group for the sake of having a group. Yeah. It's a lot of work to host a community, and I don't want an echo chamber of just like talking to nobody. I want, and I don't care if there's 4 or 5 people in it. So I didn't know, what is a better option? Is it better to try and start a Twitter community? Mm-hmm. Like just have people follow us on Twitter and then get information out? Because what I want is a place for us to be able to get information to our listeners, right?
Yeah.
Say we're not going to record this week. Some shit came up. I want to be able to shout, quickly go, not recording this week. Or if we do these like polls, I want to be able to do polls where people can vote on things that we're doing. But I don't know. I think Twitter's a possibility. I think Patreon, I think there's a way to do it without asking for money, because I'm not trying to ask for money. I just want I want a place where we can put content that people can, and even some exclusive content that people can get to, right?
Yeah.
What else did I have here? I had Reddit. Reddit's just a sketchy place. There's lots of crazy shit going on in Reddit. And I feel like Reddit may be worse than Facebook on people just being a part of 100 different communities.
True.
And then you had thoughts on like, what was it, Telegram or something like that? Which I have no fucking clue what a Telegram is.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of do. I'm signed up for it. I don't use it, but
if anybody who listens to the show has any ideas, throw them at us in the comments, and we will definitely look into them and see what makes. I want it to be easy enough, but it also has to have at least a little bit of difficulty so that we get people who actually like care about the show.
Yeah, for sure.
Second thing on the list is I'm currently building a Liquid Death water can wall behind me. So you'll see that grow over the next couple weeks. It's literally the only thing I drink, and we're trying to get Liquid Death's attention. We're not sponsored by them, but I would like to be. And it's the only thing I drink and the only thing I talk about. And so trying to be healthy. So you'll see that growing.
The people at Walmart look at me like I'm crazy because they only sell it in the single cans.
And you come through with just baskets full of it.
Fuck yeah.
It's the only thing I drink. It's the only thing worth drinking. I like it. It's the best tasting water. And I'm very particular on my water. Water has different taste. Like Dasani sucks balls. Dasani water is like drinking water from a fucking garbage can. It's terrible, right? But of course, if Coca-Cola makes it, it's fucking probably got sugar and like I think I saw somewhere it's got like fucking poison or something.
It's got like high levels of acid, I think, or something.
Yeah, that's gross. I like the one that comes the Voss water, but that's like big baller water. I don't got
That's
Voss
like the
kind
Louis
of
Vuitton
pockets
of
right
water.
now. So
right now you're at
Liquid
Coach level.
This Liquid Death shit. I'm fucking buying water in a can, but it's good and it's worth it. I like Liquid Death.
Sometimes I sneak it and I don't tell you.
That's bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on that. Next thing. Oh, we're working on a new show. So there's going to be a new show on the channel. It's not going to be wrestling oriented, but I still think that our audience will enjoy it. It's going to be, it's the Notorious NerdyD. No, that's not it. It's on the Notorious NerdyD podcast channel, but it's going to be called Talking Spit. It's going to be me and a group of my friends coming together every week and bringing a random topic for discussion, solving the world's problems or not, whatever it is, some serious shit, some real funny shit.
Yeah.
But it's just going to be kind of a mishmash of people that I respect coming on, talking weekly, and who knows what will happen. And that'll run kind of parallel to this show. So more content. More content's always good. All right, so there's no way to put it, right? Wrestling this week was bad.
Yeah.
This was one of the worst weeks of wrestling I've watched. And I
Boring.
can't, and it took me a while to figure out that probably there's a big reason, which we'll get to later on. But first, let's start right off with it's time to overreact to this last week's Friday Night Smackdown. All right, so right off the bat, we got breaking news today, and I didn't want to put this in the news section, the dirt sheets, because this is factual news. This is in the books. Toni Storm was released by WWE today, as of this morning. What in the actual fuck, WWE?
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing? Already, that women's roster is so fucking thinned out already. What the fuck are we doing? Like, you're not even gonna try and convince her to stay? Because I heard, from what I heard, she left a live show and just flew herself home. Just went home, called up WWE and said, I'm fucking done. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done with you guys. I don't want to be here. And WWE granted her release. To me, as thin as that fucking SmackDown roster is, can you pull up the SmackDown roster for me? The women's?
Sure.
I don't know if that's a thing on their website or something, but what do we got? Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, Naomi. What else?
Shayna Baszler.
Bum. You got bums. It's a bunch of bums.
What's her name?
Who the fuck is excited? I mean, is there a women's breakdown?
SmackDown. So we
women's
have
SmackDown. Who should start naming some names?
Aliyah, Elise, Ashton,
Don't know
Charlotte
who that
Flair,
is. Charlotte.
Kayla Braxton, which is the announcer.
But that's
so that
announcer.
doesn't count.
Yeah.
Megan Morant.
Don't know who that
Don't know
is.
who that is either. Naomi, Natalia, Sarah Schreiber.
Natalia's just fucking breaking records at this point. They have no real interest in pushing her.
I think Sarah Schreiber might be Toni Storm. I'm not.
No, it's not. It's not.
Sarah Schreiber, Sasha Banks, Shotzi, Sonya Deville, and Toni Storm.
Shotzi. So who on that list is fucking worthy of a fucking title run? Because I thought it was Toni Storm. I thought they were going to put the belt on Toni Storm and let her run with it for a little bit. I'm tired of fucking Charlotte Flair. Right?
I mean, to be honest, there's really only like 3
There's
girls.
nobody worth the
There's
shit. There's
Charlotte
a bunch of
and
bums.
Sasha.
It's a bunch of bums right now on the SmackDown women's roster.
Yeah, because they're not going to give it to Naomi. They just kind of fuck with her.
Naomi's fucking right now fighting with general managers and shit, right?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So Toni Storm comes out. She debuts, right? In like July. Debuts. She's on TV 7 times since July. That's the disrespect we're getting.
Yeah.
7 times since July, and then fucking poof, she's gone, right? Now, I'm going to say that because I go, AEW, don't jump on WWE people. Fucking scoop up Toni Storm.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking right now, hot take, Toni Storm would be the number 1 on the AEW women's roster.
She'd be somebody who could give Britt Baker a run for
I
her
think she's
money.
more over than Britt Baker. I think she can be more over than Britt Baker. Or an equal, like you said. But
Yeah.
AEW roster, when you fucking AEW marks are getting excited about what's the Ruby Riot and shit
Yeah.
like that, come on,
Boring.
man. Yeah, you got to do better than that. You guys got to do better than that. Toni Storm is an immediate fucking addition if you bring her in.
Yeah.
I thought Look, this has fucked up my whole thoughts going into day one. Because I thought that if there was one title that was going to change hands, it was going to be Charlotte and Toni Storm. Toni Storm was going to be the SmackDown's women's champion. She has enough of a following that it made sense. Now, this is fucking, this is the shit that WWE does where you look at them and you go, what are we fucking doing, guys? What are we doing? Really, what is the plan moving forward for the fucking women's roster? Are we just literally going to have Sasha Banks and Charlotte wrestle every fucking week now?
Yeah.
Because where do you go here? Shotzi's up and coming. I'm fine with that, but she's not ready to put that fucking belt around her waist. And Naomi,
Natalia.
Naomi, I got no problem with Naomi. Naomi is fine. Natalia is not. She's legacy. She's not moving the fucking needle.
Yeah.
At this point, like, she's solid. Fucking Natalia's the Dolph Ziggler of the women's division, right? What happened?
Agree.
The camera fucking flicker and shit. Which leads me into, I've talked about this before, but I don't fucking get it. Like, I don't understand. And I joined some Facebook groups, right?
Yeah.
Which is a whole different fucking ballgame, right? I joined some Facebook groups, and I don't know if I fucking joined like the overseas version of Facebook groups, but these are some of the wildest Facebook groups. I can't pronounce anybody's name, but in this Facebook group, there is a huge fucking love for Charlotte Flair.
Really?
Whereas like on the TikTok side, which seems different audiences, I'll say, TikTok and Facebook.
Definitely.
But the Facebook side, they fucking love Charlotte Flair. And this leads me to a question I asked a couple weeks ago that I'm going to ask again because I still haven't gotten the fucking answer. Why the fuck do people like Charlotte Flair so goddamn much? What is the big enamorment besides her being Ric Flair's daughter, which after he helicoptered his fucking dick around on an airplane, I don't know that he's got that much clout anymore. What is the big love for Charlotte Flair? Look, she's not charismatic.
No.
She comes off as bitchy on a microphone, which I think is just the way she is in regular life, right? She's not overly impressive in the ring. I know people like to overreact and hype up and go, oh God, she's so athletic.
She can do a back handspring, bro.
Yeah, like she does a couple flips. She's not and being overly athletic has never been like the sign of a great wrestler. Yeah, she's fucking flexible and nimble, but I don't think she doesn't have this like glorious moveset that every week I watch Charlotte Flair and I go, oh God, she's so much better than everybody else. When she was wrestling Toni Storm, I didn't see like a glaring difference of like, oh
Skill.
God, like, and I'm not talking about Raw yet, but I see the difference in Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch. I see it now. I get why Becky Lynch is where she is. I don't see that difference between like Sasha Banks and Charlotte and Toni Storm and Charlotte, Naomi and Charlotte.
Shotzi and
Yeah, she's just not that far ahead of everybody that people are so fucking enamored that this is. I mean, I had on here before I put down before I knew that Toni Storm had been released by WWE. I was like, am I the only person who's pissed off that match wasn't on day one?
yeah.
I mean, so we go through all this fucking pie in the face bullshit, which if I'm Toni Storm, I'm giving the middle finger to Vince McMahon. I'm like, fuck you. I went out there. I did everything you asked me to do. I let her hit me with 2 fucking pies. We did this embarrassing thing. And then we do the blow off fucking match on SmackDown. We don't even get to go to day one with this shit. And then I lose the title, and I'm sure that she knew that was probably the end of that story for her, right? It's back to being off TV. What they're using her for? Oh, here we go. Let's use Toni Storm just to give Charlotte something to do.
Yeah.
Charlotte can be the biggest asshole in the world and just continually gets rewarded with these long ass title runs. Ah man, if I would rather right now, I'd rather fucking fire Charlotte Flair than Toni Storm. I don't understand.
Damn.
I don't get the love for Charlotte Flair. Right? All right. So SmackDown was bad. It was bad.
Definitely.
It was bad all the way around. And the most glaring thing to me that made it the worst is can we just admit right now that when Roman Reigns is not on SmackDown, it's fucking not, it's not, he carries the fucking show on his back.
Yes.
And can we double down on that and say when Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar are not on WWE SmackDown, it's a garbage it's a garbage fire.
Definitely.
We had like the New Day with Drew McIntyre. It was just a clusterfuck of fucking. We had a 12-man Christmas battle fucking clusterfuck that I don't know what it even was. Right? It was just guy after guy running to the ring, gauntlet style. It was like, hey man, we've got 2 hours to fill. What can we do?
We had the wonderful match of Sheamus versus Cesaro again.
It wasn't even a match though. They're just gonna stick that shit right in the middle of another match. And it just, hey man, I gotta say, when there's no Roman Reigns and there's no Brock Lesnar, and Paul Heyman did his best with that opening scene, which I thought was fun.
I loved
that was fun. That was interesting, right?
Yeah.
To have that like 2020 style, Caleb Braxton sitting down with Paul Heyman, hinting at he may be done, he may be retiring. Bullshit. I think this is all a big ploy. Big Paulie's coming back at day one to help Roman Reigns retain. But yeah, we gotta just talk about the fact that like we gotta give Roman Reigns more props, man.
Yeah.
The fact that he's not on the show and the show goes to be almost complete, like a dumpster fire. We got to give our props where props is due. And same to Brock Lesnar, right? This new entertaining Brock, when you don't have either one on television, it's boo, man. That is bad. I know I think that was a pre-recorded episode.
Was it?
Which means they probably recorded it after the previous SmackDown because it was Christmas, and so they don't want to make them work on that day or whatever. I don't know how that shit works, but can we not get like Roman Reigns to just pre-record a promo? Can we not get Brock Lesnar
to do it from his house?
That's what I'm saying. Can we not just get them somehow on there?
Yeah.
All right, let's overreact to Raw.
All right.
Go ahead and move us forward here. All right, so I overreaction. I wanted to come out and say is Kevin Owens deserves to win the WWE title at day one, even though he's fucking not going to, right? Because the odds are that Big E wins. Big E retains. He hasn't held the belt long enough. He hasn't had a meaning enough feud. And the way it's kind of breaking down, it looks like there's almost no chance they take that belt off of Big E, right? Seth Rollins is a fucking genius in the ring. I don't think it's time to put the WWE belt back on him. Bobby Lashley has exactly negative 10% chance to fucking win the WWE title because he's fucking boring. And he makes a good, I said it last week, he's going to make a good adversary for Big E, but there's no fucking way. We went through the Bobby Lashley era, and that was when I went on fucking Raw Detox. So we're not doing that again, boys. We're not doing that again. We're not putting the belt back on to Bobby Lashley. So there's a negative 10% chance, right? So Kevin Owens, honestly, like if we're just going to be 100% real, he is the most deserving of those four to have the WWE Championship. Now, he's not going to win it. He comes out here on Monday Night Raw. Apparently everybody and their fucking mom has COVID or Omicron or whatever the fuck it is, right? Omicron. They all got it, so nobody can fucking come do their job. So Kevin Owens has to put the fucking company on his back.
Yeah.
Walk out and hold down Monday Night Raw for them and promote that fatal 4-way match. But he does it and it fucking looks effortless to me.
You pointed out last week, his comedy is so subtle that you don't even appreciate.
He is the most underappreciated microphone performer possibly in the last fucking. He's on. I think he's on like a CM Punk level with a microphone. It's just not as direct, right?
Yeah.
I love where they're going. I can see where they're going. What?
Kevin, your name's not Kevin. Your name is, what did he rename the guy? Bert.
Bert. Your name is Bert. I see where they're going. I see that more than likely we're going to get some tag team with Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens, and it's going to be fucking comedy magic. Can you imagine the matches that Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins can have with Riddle and Randy Orton?
Oh, awesomeness.
If they really go that direction, it'd be great. I don't know. Or maybe they end up going at each other because they WWE rushes every storyline, so they'll let them be friends for 3 days, and then, probably after day one, they'll already have hated themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Kevin Owens, possibly the most underrated performer in WWE history in my book. That's a long shot, and that's an overreaction, but possibly he is, right?
I could see that.
The AEW boys, them AEW fans, they got to be salty about this one, right? Because they thought they were fucking rubbing their hands. They thought they had Kevin. They were like, yeah, Kevin's coming. Kevin's coming. Then we got that breaking news that Kevin had resigned with WWE. That one's got a fucking sting. That one has to hurt a little bit, right? Because that feels like that feels like the one that got away. Because he's a big deal. Kevin Owens is a big deal. So yeah, like I said, we're teasing the Seth Rollins best friend run. That'll be dope. But there's not a lot to say about Monday Night Raw this week. It was 3 hours of fucking
nothing.
It wasn't until, and we'll get to this in a little bit, I read the article about the COVID shit that I was like, oh yeah, nobody's here. Mm-hmm. There was nobody there. And they brought in Eric Bischoff for that stupid fucking wedding. And the only reason they brought in Eric Bischoff, I feel like, is because at a certain point, when you don't have all of those superstars, at a certain point, people who bought tickets start looking around and going like, hey man, what the fuck are we paying for?
Yeah.
We're paying for a main event that's fucking The Miz and Maurice having a bullshit
wedding?
Not even wedding, fucking vow ceremony that you knew how it was going to end, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knew what the fuck. Even Eric Bischoff did the joke of like, oh, fuck it. We know what's happening. And then Edge comes out and cool ending with the black stuff. But that's not a main event. That shit should happen in hour number 2.
Yeah.
The fact that they tried to pass that Monday Night Raw off. Ooh, man, 3 hours.
RK Bro was my favorite part.
Definitely.
The call-in sort of things from Big E and stuff made no sense to me.
Well, but that's COVID, man. They're just trying to get them on TV, which what they don't do with Roman Reigns. I don't get it. But yeah, I don't know. When you have 3 hours, when you block out 3 hours for wrestling, you better have a lot of good shit to do. And when you don't, it becomes painfully glaring how long Monday Night Raw was last night.
Yeah.
I think it took us 5 hours to get through it because I had to take fucking rest breaks just from, oh man. Oh man. All right. Let's do I have a little bit of an AEW overreaction this week because I watched a little bit of AEW. My AEW overreaction is, Adam Cole should be, if he's not regarded, he's the most important person in AEW right now. Okay. Fuck CM Punk, fuck Bryan Danielson, fuck Adam Page. All those guys, CM Punk is CM Punk. We're going to get to him in a minute. Bryan Danielson and I don't know. It's boring now with me to him, right? He should have beat Hangman Adam Page. I know they're going to fight again, so here we go. You talk about WWE with rematches. You fucking lose in AEW, I guess you just get another title shot. Once again, you guys explain to me how those fucking records matter. Because y'all fucking shit all over me about a month ago when I questioned how the AEW records matter. So why don't y'all let me know, explain to me how you can just keep fucking losing, or is it just that Bryan Danielson is literally the most commercial friendly product you have right now? So you got to keep pushing him to the main event because your champion is boring as fuck. Adam Page is boring as fuck. To the AEW hardcores, they may love him. They may love the journey he's taken. To just casual wrestling fans, he's boring as fuck. Yep. Adam Cole right now is the most interesting man in AEW programming, right? This past week, he came out and fought Orange Cassidy. Once again, they put him in the first hour because they know he's going to grab attention. So they put him in that first hour. They want to get everybody watching Dynamite.
Yeah. Comes
out, does his thing with Orange Cassidy. Decent match. And then we get the fucking surprise of Kyle O'Reilly, which is, I'm not a big NXT guy. I didn't follow a ton of NXT, but I did follow enough to know who the Undisputed were.
Yeah.
This was his faction in NXT. So now we're being teased that 3 of the 4 or in AEW and they're kind of reforming the group.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's kind of turned his back on the Young Bucks is what they're teasing. That's the type of shit that'll keep me watching. This CM Punk in fucking face paint. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I saw people like, that's so cool. I didn't think it was that cool.
At first, when I saw the picture, my first reaction was, oh, that's cool. But then, like, as I fucking digested it and I went and watched it, I was like, this is corny as fuck. Why? Like, you have to decide, is CM Punk just a sideshow? Is he here to pay tribute to all the old wrestlers and he like fucking claims he's putting over all the young wrestlers? How about just go out there and fucking wrestle?
Yeah.
How about just go out there and do CM Punk and let the crowd decide if they like you, if they hate you, but fucking coming out in face paint with Darby Allin and Sting and it's too much for me. You guys, you can't hate on WWE and then your guys doing this kind of shit.
You're just as hokey.
Yeah, I mean that's hokey shit. Don't give me its fucking respect. It's not that respectful.
Yeah.
He fucking went in the bathroom and put some fucking paint on.
I saw somebody say, like, I can just imagine all of them sitting and putting on makeup on each
just
other.
fucking sitting in a little fucking circle.
You look
like,
real good, man.
Bro, oh man, you nailed that. Come on, man. So, once again, though, AEW just... it doesn't have my attention like WWE does. And trust me, WWE having my attention doesn't mean that I fucking love it, because it was glaringly obvious this week that there wasn't much to love about WWE. But also, can I just go on record as saying, I told you motherfuckers that Sammy Guevara sucks? And Cody Rhodes' daddy, Big Daddy Cody, came in and said, hey, bitch, give me that fucking belt. He just took that belt. Sammy had the belt for like a month and a half. Oh, but in AEW, titles mean so much, and they give long, respectful title runs. That didn't look like a long
Not
title run to me. Looked like Daddy came in and spanked him on his ass and said, "Give Daddy the title belt." You're not jumping through the flaming tables. You're not doing that kind of shit. It's time for Daddy to take the title belt back so that I can fucking do it. Look, Sammy. Look, you know what the fucked up thing is?
What?
Sammy Guevara won't have a title or a fiance in 2022. Motherfucker. I don't like Sammy Guevara.
I can tell.
All right, let's get to our burning question of the week. Yeah! You hit it on time. All right, so the burning question this week is obviously going to be our day one predictions. Did you make predictions, or are you going to make them on the fly here?
I'm going to go as we go.
All right, we can do that. So this card is obviously in jeopardy, right? It's fucking Omnicron may come out of this thing as the WWE. It may come out as the WWE World Champion.
All right.
Because it's taking motherfuckers out left and right. I've never seen somebody take out Big E, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair. Omnicron is goddamn undefeated at this point.
Yes, it is.
So there's a good chance that it ruins day one and it walks out as the WWE champion. So I looked at the betting odds. I'm not going to do all the betting odds this week, but okay. I did look at the betting odds. There are fucking no odds. The odds are that the titles do not fucking change again. Jesus Christ. We're just going to stick with these three fucking champions.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch, Big E, and Roman Reigns. Obviously, we know certain reasons why certain people are going to keep their title, but I just really fucking felt like Toni Storm was going to beat Charlotte Flair. It really felt.
I did too, even if it was just for a hot minute.
That's why that makes that even more fucking upsetting, right?
Yeah.
So my call that Toni Storm was going to do it is fucking gone, right? So we've got 8 matches that have been announced. I'm sure there'll be some kind of pre-show shit they throw in, or one of these will get moved to the pre-show. But we have 8 matches announced right now. So we'll run through these one by one. Right off the bat, we have RKO versus the Street Profits.
Okay.
If we're looking just logically at this, I go, there's no way RK Bro is too fucking hot right now to try to fuck that up.
Yeah.
It's the best thing on Monday Night Raw right now. So if you want to take Monday Night Raw and just drop it in the toilet and flush it down, then fucking take the titles off, put them on the Street Profits, because I'm hot on Montez Ford. I think he could be a good mid-card wrestler, but as a tag team, I think they've worn their welcome. They're played out. Same gimmick, too fucking long. Red solo cups. Just it's not for me anymore. Loved it at the beginning, but it's just after a while you got to evolve, and I don't feel like they've evolved.
There's no substance to the story,
and I don't think that you don't gain anything by putting the tag team titles onto the Street Profits. I just don't think you do. So I'm going RK Bro here. I don't think there's any chance.
I'm in agreement with you.
Okay, so we're gonna double up on RK Bro then. So then we got Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah,
is gonna be taking on Sami Zayn. Okay. So initially, my first reaction was they're going to fuck Sammy again.
Yeah, that's mine.
They're going to fuck Sammy again. They're going to play out this conspiracy. And I think that would be the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. The right storyline would be that Sammy keeps getting opportunities and he keeps getting them taken away. Now, what I really think is going to happen, I think Sammy wins. Mm-hmm. I think Sammy wins because I think that they're going to reward Sami Zayn for he elevated that Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns situation. Yeah. So I feel like they're probably rewarding him with another Intercontinental Championship run because I think in WWE eyes, that's the ceiling for Sami Zayn. When I easily think he could have a run with the Universal Championship, the biggest, baddest title in the WWE. He could have a run with that belt and be extremely successful, even if it's a short run, right? Even if it's a 3-month transitional run, he could have that belt. He would get over the crowd. He's funny, right? I put out a poll on Facebook the other day and asked if people liked Sammy, because there's a lot of hate for Sammy, but then there is a lot, the older crowd, my generation, they appreciate Sami Zayn. Yeah. So I've said, like, going on record, my 3 favorite wrestlers right now are Bianca Belair, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. Mm-hmm. And it's because of the little nuances that Sami Zayn gives you. So I'm going against what I believe is better judgment. I think Sami Zayn walks out of day one as the Intercontinental Championship. Who are you saying?
I'm going Shinsuke.
So you're going Shinsuke Nakamura. Yeah. My fucking headphones came out here.
All right.
Next match, we've got Madcap Moss versus Drew McIntyre.
I think that's an easy one.
To me, this is one of those stupid matches. This is where, like, instead of doing Toni Storm versus Charlotte, we throw this match on there because there's the obligatory, we've got to get Drew McIntyre on the pay-per-view. Yeah. When I don't think you need to. Let Drew kind of sit and waiting because I think he's next in line for the Universal title. But we know what this is. This is, it goes one of 2 ways. Madcap Moss and Baron Corbin, they cheat to win, or they get disqualified and they cheat to beat up Drew McIntyre, or Drew McIntyre fucks both of them up, and that's the end of that story. Either way, I'm not excited to see this. And I like Baron Corbin, and I've grown to like Madcap Moss, and I have an appreciation for Drew McIntyre. I don't think he's overly interesting. I think he's a good big guy. Well, I think he's a kid's character is what I call him, which is fine. No wonder I love him. But which is fine, right? Because you have to have those. But I don't think he appeals to the older audiences necessarily. Mm-hmm. I think he's a kid's character. He's a larger than life fucking Scottish warrior, right? Carries a fucking sword. All the reasons why I like him. Carries a sword that he's now started to swing at people, which is attempted murder. Let's not let that slide. Like, here's the problem. This is a slippery slope. This could quickly turn into like the gladiator times. Because if you're letting fucking Drew bring a sword, the next guy fucking brings out like a Ninja Turtle sai or nunchucks or a fucking Donatello bow staff. Like it's a slippery slope when people can bring weapons out to the ring. Because at first he was bringing it out, it was like a symbol. Now he brings it out and he's swinging the motherfucker at people's heads. Yeah. Not cool, Drew. For sure. But I got Drew McIntyre. I'm right there with you. I don't think they take any opportunity to make Drew look weak. So I think they're going to go Drew McIntyre for the win. Then we got Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan. I mean, there was a time about 3 weeks ago where I thought Liv Morgan could hold down the title. She'd be all right. Then as I've watched this story play out, I've gone, oh, Jesus, do not put that belt on her. Do not do it. She's not ready. I like Liv Morgan, and I think there's signs of a well put together wrestler, but she's not ready. She's not ready to hold that belt. Yeah. unless you're going to give it to her just to take it back away, she's not ready. That was, I thought, and a lot of people, when we asked who would be the first to lose their belt, they said Becky. Not to Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
It's not happening. I would put big money on Becky Lynch retaining. So I've got Becky Lynch.
Right. I'm in agreement with you.
All right. We got Edge versus The Miz, which has been literally the worst possible buildup for this match they could have fucking ever put together, especially including so much Maurice in this.
Oh, yeah. It was cringy.
It's been extremely cringy.
And I like her.
Going off of my just initial reactions, it's kind of he who got the last laugh loses. Edge got the last laugh.
Yeah.
You know, Edge kind of, Miz got over him the couple weeks before, but Edge got the last laugh, dropping the black goo on them. I don't see the benefit in Edge winning this match. I don't, what does it do? It doesn't do anything for his legacy, right? Mm-hmm. It's not going to push him into title contention.
True.
So you look, and The Miz is kind of like a flagship of the WWE. He's a guy they know they have longevity with. They know he's not fucking going anywhere.
Yeah.
He's a WWE guy through and through. It only benefits The Miz to win this match.
Yep. I'm Miz too.
All right. So we both got The Miz. So the only thing we've been different on is
Shinsuke.
Shinsuke. Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh. A lot coming. There's going to be a lot riding on that match then. Mm-hmm. Let's see. We got the Big E, Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens. This is probably the match I'm most excited about because I feel like if there was a match that something unexpected could happen, this may be it. But like WWE logic tells you that there's the odds for the belt not to change are for a reason. And if you look at this, Big E's probably retaining here, right? Because I said earlier, Bobby Lashley has exactly a negative 10% chance to win this belt.
Yeah.
Out of the 4 guys in there, if you just wanted to pick the wrong answer, it's Bobby Lashley.
I'm going to go on a whim here and say Seth Rollins.
Okay, so that's a good choice. That's a wild card choice because when you look at credibility across the board, I think Seth Rollins, I talk about like being commercial. Seth Rollins is the most commercial of all those names. Mm-hmm. Maybe equal to Big E, but there's always the possibility that Seth Rollins gets it. And Seth Rollins is the kind of guy who could do some fun stuff with the belt, right?
Yeah.
Win it, lose it, or, be sneaky about it. My heart of hearts wants to pick Kevin Owens. Just re-signed a nice deal, holding down Monday Night Raw by himself. He's been putting on a fucking show the last couple weeks. But I think they have... they won't. I think they have other plans. And I think he probably has a title run in him in 2022. I think it's just not now. I don't think they're ready for that. So I think I'm going Big E here. And that's the safe answer. So you're going Seth Rollins?
Yes, sir.
Cool. That gives us a little bit of a breathing room there on who's who. Then the last match is Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, which apparently looking like Paul Heyman, as of right now, will not be a part of that match. I'm sure he figures out a way to get involved in the match. But this is pretty simple to me, right? We're now on 484 days as WWE Universal Champion, right? So that means... I think Brock Lesnar's held at 505.
Yeah, you got to go past that.
You don't make it this far and take the belt away from him.
Exactly.
So obviously, it's not even really worth picking who wins this match. Roman Reigns is going to win or be disqualified, somehow retaining that belt and walking out of day one still as the WWE Universal Champion. But I have been reading rumors that there is a fun finish for the end of this thing. An unexpected fun finish. Is it The Rock? Is this The Rock? Is this The Rock coming?
Stone Cold.
Come on, man. Stone Cold. No, it's not going to be Stone Cold. The Rock could get active. Well, I mean, what's an unexpected finish in this match? What if it's Paul Heyman staying with Roman Reigns? God damn it, that's not unexpected.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm excited though. That got me excited when I read that because if we're going to do this thing where we know who's going to win the match, let's at least do it in a way that seems
Exciting
like
way.
a spectacle. Give me something to talk about next week when I come on to this microphone. Give me something that I can go crazy about.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, rumor has it that's a big, crazy finish. So, I'm going Roman. I assume you're going
Going Roman. I mean, what else is there?
So, we only have 2 matches that are going to make or break us. And this week, we're going to be playing for the belt.
Okay.
That's the new thing here.
So whoever
the winner gets to keep that belt until the next pay-per-view.
All right, cool.
So I'm gonna rebrand that belt. I'm gonna work up some new graphics on it. That belt is gonna be the pay-per-view world champion.
All right.
You call them.
I like it.
Let's get to the dirt sheets.
Okay.
You gonna did you move the little marker? There you go. All right, in the dirt sheets this week, I have an article that CM Punk has gone on record to explain and give the reason for his slow start in AEW.
Okay.
Right. And he says, and I quote, "I think that I use my name and whatever value it has to highlight some of the guys while knocking off my ring rust and moving up the ladder. So for storyline purposes, it makes sense to me. And I always remember guys helping me, and they were few and far between. I think more people should help more people, and I'm just trying to do my best to do that." What the fuck is he talking about? Who the fuck has he helped in AEW said far?
You know, all those no-name guys that he's
Who has he helped? Your fucking ego is just a little bit inflated if you think that beating Darby Allin, that beating all these young guys, is somehow putting them into a different spotlight than giving them 1 week, 1 match, giving Eddie Kingston 1 match. You're not putting any of these guys over. Let's not kid you. You're using these guys as stepping stones to launch yourself back into the spotlight, which is fine. Got no problem with that, right? Wrestling's a cutthroat business. The best, the cream should rise to the top every time. But let's not fucking pretend while you're doing it that you're somehow a company guy and you're putting over all these young guys, and all these young guys are benefiting tremendously. The show entirely is benefiting just because CM Punk brings eyes to the product. That goes without saying. But what's not happening is CM Punk is not just putting over these young guys one after another, week after week. Someone name one person that he has fucking elevated in the last couple weeks. I'll fucking wait. I'll wait. Name one person. It's not there. We touched on it earlier, but there is a WWE COVID-19 outbreak. Omicron has placed itself as the #1 contender and taken out WWE superstars. This past week, we had no Roman Reigns. We had no Seth Rollins. We had no Becky Lynch. We had no Omos. We had no Big E. We had no Bobby Lashley. We had no Bianca Belair. What the fuck were we paying for? If you bought a ticket to go to Monday Night Raw in Detroit, Michigan, you just got fucked out of seeing a WWE show. WWE owes an IOU to the city of Detroit, Michigan, because what the actual fuck?
You paid to see the Jumbotron.
Eric Bischoff? You paid to see Eric Bischoff? You paid to see a Miz and Maurice wedding? You paid to see what there
Street
was.
Profits.
You paid to see Nikki Ash do a fucking boom, zap, pow.
I can't stand her.
I can't either. I don't know what the fuck.
I loved when Carmella called her a not almost whatever superhero.
Look, I mean, Detroit gets shit on enough. The fucking auto industry left. They can't fucking find clean drinking water. Then WWE's just gonna come take a hot steaming shit on them and not. You should have rescheduled that. I mean, if you're missing that many fucking people, that Raw was pathetic. Terrible money. And everybody knows I'm a WWE guy at this point, but that was just garbage.
Terrible.
Fucking COVID just ruined Detroit, Michigan. If I was a little kid and I've got that for Christmas, right? I woke up Christmas morning and my present, I opened up my fucking presents and there was fucking 2 tickets to go to Monday Night Raw. I'm hyped up. I'm like, Mom, I'm going to see Bianca Belair, Mom. I'm going to see Seth Rollins. I'm going to see Big
Becky
E.
Lynch.
And then you fucking get there and none of those people are there. I'd be like, oh, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
I want some fucking G.I. Joes. Get me something else.
I wonder if anybody complained.
I don't know. I don't know. I would. I don't know who you complain to.
I would have been on the phone.
Write a letter.
Karen out.
Yeah. We got Kurt Angle came out and talked about Jeff Hardy. He said he needs to take a long look at himself in the mirror over, Kurt Angle struggled with some addiction.
Yeah.
And it's obvious that, these fucking AEW people and there's WWE people as well, but there's these hardcore Jeff Hardy fans that are going to defend him to his grave, right? He can do no wrong. Obviously, there was something wrong. Obviously, WWE doesn't fire him if they don't at least suspect there's some kind of issue. Quit with this bullshit narrative y'all are trying to give that, like, he was faking drug problems or faking alcohol problems so that WWE would fire him. First off, WWE is not that stupid. Secondly, when you have a tarnished image like that, you're not going into that bag of fucking tricks. Right? If Jeff Hardy really wanted out of WWE, I imagine as a grown-ass man, he could walk up to Vince McMahon and say, I'm not happy here. They fucking get rid of him. He goes 90 days on a non-compete, and then you're back to doing what you want. Obviously, he's got demons. He's got skeletons in his closet, right? But why the fuck do people give him a pass?
I mean, look at him. He looks like he's on drugs
He
or
does.
something.
He does have the look. But why? What is, like, so many other people don't get a pass for things they go through. Why is the WWE and wrestling community just willing to give him a fucking pass and just make up, we don't know the true facts. Let's not. And I initially was like, I'm not going to speculate. I'm not going to overreact. But given what I've seen, it's pretty obvious there's some kind of fucking addiction there. Be it alcohol, be it drugs, whatever it is. You don't get a concussion and WWE fires you the next day. Yeah. You don't walk out the side of the fucking building.
But he's fine. He's at home. He's fine.
Well, he's doing podcasts and live streams and things like that now.
And TikToks at bars.
But even let's go outside of, like, the drug allegation, outside the alcohol. Why do people love him so much?
I don't get it. I've hated him from the beginning. I didn't watch him, like, from, I guess, his heyday or whatever.
No, go back. Like, I get the Attitude Era shit. He was fucking fire. But, like, let's go 2021 Jeff Hardy is just an average to poor wrestler. Mm-hmm. He doesn't do anything spectacular. Like, he's a nostalgia act, but people just love him. And I have a theory on that I'm going to get to in the last article today.
All right.
This is just a quick shout out here. So shout out to Jim Ross. Apparently he is cancer free again.
Congratulations.
That motherfucker took 3 weeks off. It feels like, just went and whooped cancer's ass and decided, I'm fucking coming back, guys.
I just might watch
AEW. I just needed like a fucking month off to go whoop cancer's ass, come back. Shout out to the year 2021, because with all the bad shit going on, COVID and all this stuff, it does feel like that we're whipping cancer's ass pretty tidily now. Like, I'm starting to see a lot of people get like Roman Reigns had leukemia. He was out like 6 months and he's fucking back. Jim Ross leaves for 3 weeks and he's just cancer free.
Yeah.
So shout out to that at least. At least we got something going for us, right?
Yes, sir.
Last article of the day is, and I just read this before I got on, and Jesus, I hate this, man. And hate is a strong word, but there's not many wrestlers that I hate. Eddie Kingston said he doesn't want to be known as a locker room leader.
Okay.
He says, and I quote, I don't like it. I don't want to be a leader. I just want to do whatever I do because people aren't going to always like what I do when it comes to the locker room and stuff like that. You know what you call a person who says something like that?
I know.
A selfish prick. You have a responsibility. Anytime you are in an organization, and let's not get it twisted, wrestling is not a competition, it's a team sport, right?
Yeah.
You go out there and you put your what do you call them? Your coworkers, you put their lives in your hands every week, right? You're doing these moves, you have to be safe. You go back in the locker room, you're supposed to set an example.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to be an asshole. And when you have this fucking mentality of like, well, I'm just going to fucking be me. He goes on to then say, he goes, I think, the crowd just resonates with me because I'm so authentic. Look, man, anybody who calls themselves authentic, you're not authentic.
Yeah.
You're playing a fucking character. I guarantee you, 90% of people in this world could whip Eddie Kingston's ass in a fucking fight outside of wrestling.
Yeah.
He's overweight.
Chubby,
he's overweight. He's just kind of, I don't know how tall he is, but he's not an overly fucking big dude. There's a reason.
I refer to him as like a mechanic, right? That's what he.
Yeah, he just looks like a New Yorker, right? He's a fucking Italian, Puerto Rican, Irish, whatever he is.
Yeah.
And he's just a dude, and that's cool. Like, that's great. Shut the fuck up and wrestle. There's a reason guys like CM Punk and Daniel Bryan and Cesaro, these guys don't fucking like you, because what they do is they take their job seriously, right? Whatever part, like CM Punk tries to master his craft. Bryan Danielson has obviously, more than anybody else, mastered his craft. Cesaro, fucking a specimen of physique, and looks like he's trying to master his craft. Then you got Eddie Kingston, who looks like he sits in the back and eats fucking ding dongs and ho-hos.
Mm-hmm. But I'm authentic.
But then he's got fucking, like, he's crying half the time, and then he's fucking nuts. Just shut the fuck up. It's okay. It's okay to have mental health problems. It's okay to do it, but just shut the fuck up about it. Stop talking. Stop doing these interviews where you're fucking trying to convince me I'm so authentic. I'm not a locker room leader. No, you're a fucking idiot is what you are. Like, shut up. I wanted to like you, but shut up. That's all I got for today. Let's go into 20 questions. Oh, wait, no. I had one more thing.
What?
I did have one more thing.
Okay.
And this was, this is going to be taking a shot at AEW fans, right?
All right.
This is what I was talking about earlier when I said I had a reason for why people like Jeff Hardy.
All right.
AEW, and this is people gonna hate me for this. AEW has this weird fucking appreciation for guys that look like you could find them sitting in Buffalo Wild Wings on a fucking Thursday night watching football, right? AEW fans either like guys that are way too fucking short, way too fucking fat, or 97 years old and past their prime. Like, name me one big guy. Name me a big name in AEW who doesn't fit those three criteria. Name me one. Kenny Omega looks like a guy who'd be sitting at fucking Buffalo Wild Wings, right?
He looks like Eastbound and Down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Name?
Like, he looks like a guy, like a crazy guy that's drinking fucking Coors Light at Buffalo Wild Wings, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But name me one. Darby Allin, way too small. Adam Cole, small.
Itty bitty.
I guess Cody Rhodes would be the only one that's like a...
Yeah, but he's still little, I would consider.
No, he's not. He's a bigger guy.
Is he?
Yeah, Cody's pretty big. But yeah, I mean, you can't put together... I truly believe that the AEW fans like the AEW wrestlers because they feel like they could be them, right? When you look at Drew McIntyre Roman Reigns, like, I look at them and I go, I could never look like that. No matter how many fucking times, no matter how many salads I eat, no matter how many times I go to 24-hour fitness, I'll never fucking look like Drew McIntyre or Roman Reigns, right?
Yeah.
Or Braun Strowman. A lot of the WWE guys that people hate on, it's a lot about size. It is about size. A lot of it is about size. And a lot of it is about fucking physique and age. And WWE has big characters, and I think AEW fans fucking like AEW wrestlers because MJF looks like the fucking nerd at your high school.
Definitely.
Right? He looks like someone from fucking the movie Grease or something.
Yeah.
And so, they make the comparisons between the Miz and MJF, but I don't know how tall the Miz is, but I think the Miz is considerably bigger.
He's a bigger guy.
Right? He's bigger than that.
Because when you look at him compared to some of the other guys, he kind of holds his own. So.
But that's what I had to say. That's why. So now we could go into 20 questions.
All right.
So I'm 4-0 in 20 questions, by the way.
We'll see about this week.
Are you going to keep count this week, though? Or am I keeping count of my own questions?
I'll keep count.
Okay.
Let's go.
We're ready to go? Is this one that you came up with?
Yes, this is one that
no help from anybody?
Yes, and I changed it last minute, so.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Is this person in the WWE?
Not anymore.
I feel like I already know who it is in one question.
Yeah, fuck you.
Is it Toni Storm?
It is Toni Storm.
Now, did you have that selected before?
No, I changed it last minute because.
Why would you go to that?
Well, because I thought that it was relevant to what's going on.
No, don't make these relevant. Do you have anybody else you could do?
Yes, I have somebody else.
Let's do someone else because that wasn't. Don't try to make them relevant to what we're doing. I think that throws off the fairness of the game.
All right, let's go.
And honestly, the correct answer to that shouldn't have been not anymore.
It should have just been no.
Should have been no.
Okay, so I'll answer them yes or no. All
Yeah,
right,
don't give me clues.
I got a new one.
Okay, we got a new one. Is this person in the WWE?
No.
Oh fuck, that's not good already. Is this person in AEW?
No.
This is a professional wrestler that's not.
So do you want to know if they were or if they are? I mean, you got to clarify.
I guess I have to phrase the question. Was this person associated with the WWE?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 3. So I don't have to ask if they're active anymore. Is this a male superstar?
Yes.
Okay, that's 4. Male superstar, WWE. Is this person... You're not going to know the answer to this. Is this person associated with the brand split? So were they like on one show?
No.
Okay. Is this person from the Attitude Era?
Yeah. I'm going to Google that one.
Did this person retire in the last 10 years?
No.
So longer than 10 years ago they retired? Okay. Has this person been a world champion?
Yes, he was part of the Attitude Era.
So he was part of Attitude. Okay.
Yes.
Has this person been a world champion?
Yes.
Okay. Did this person have long hair?
Yes.
Now,
long hair, define long hair.
It's anything that, like, if you move your head, it got some bounce to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was this person a good guy?
Yes.
That's 10. All right, so it's a former WWE character from the Attitude Era, male, somewhat long hair, because you hesitated on that question. You said it has been a world champion?
Yes.
Blonde hair?
Yes.
Fuck. I don't like that. I don't remember. Did you say they were a good guy?
Yeah.
It's a face. I'm out of my questions here. Does this person wear like long tights?
Yes.
Ooh.
Wait. Well, no. No. He wears man panties.
Okay, so he wears short tights. World champion, WWE. Have you ever seen this person wrestle?
I've never seen them wrestle, but I've seen them in the ring.
Oh shit! Okay.
We've seen him in person.
Well, don't give me clues. We've seen him in person. Oh fuck! What do I'm at? That's 13. How can I narrow this down more? We've seen him in person. Since we started watching since SummerSlam, has he been on WWE TV?
No.
Fuck.
So blonde hair, somewhat long, right? Was around during the Attitude Era. He retired, but is still affiliated somewhat with WWE.
Okay.
I'll have to clarify that because that's clarified. What else did you ask me? He wears like the shorts or the little like man panties is what I call them.
So it's not Edge and Christian. It's not. Did this character, do they have a single name or do they go by 2 names? Like, is it like Joe something or is it like Test?
2 names.
2 names. Okay, so I have 5 questions left. 2 names. So it's like a regular name. This person...
Like Joe Johnson.
This person wrestled against The Rock?
He has before.
Was this person ever in a like a group?
That's a good question. I guess I should have done more research on him on the fly.
Well, we don't normally get this deep into the fucking woods here.
You said in a faction.
Yeah,
right?
has he ever been a part of a group? 4 questions left.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely been a part of a group?
Yeah, apparently.
Fuck.
He formed one.
So don't give me clues.
You're still not
So
going
he
to
was
get it.
head of a faction? I'm stumped on this one. I don't know where to go with this. Blonde hair, kind of short.
I never said he... Oh, his hair's kind of short. Okay.
You said kind of short.
Yeah, his hair's kind of short. Not like super long, but...
Is he taller than 6'3"?
Yes.
What the fuck? Taller than 6'8"?
No.
2 questions remaining.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so
Attitude
fucking
Era,
lost.
formed a faction.
Why am I drawing a blank now?
Blonde hair. Has a 2 name.
This isn't a question for the game, but am I gonna fucking hate myself when I don't know
fuck
this?
yeah.
Okay. Oh no.
Totally. You're going to be like, how did I not know that? We've seen him in person. If you narrow it down to the people that I've seen and people that I would know who they are.
Yeah.
From the New World. From the Attitude Era.
So now I think I know who it is, but I'm not gonna count this as a win. Is it Hulk Hogan?
Yes. It's Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. I'd say long hair.
It's like, here isn't long hair.
I'd
Long
call
hair
that long
is,
hair.
Okay, well, what's somewhat short hair then?
If I went back, and he's not Attitude Era.
Yes, they said he was Attitude Era. And
No.
Google said Attitude Era.
But he's
That he went all the way up to the Attitude Era.
yeah. I don't.
He formed
I
the New
would
World
not,
Order.
I would not, and I wouldn't. Okay, I mean, I guess I'm getting a little nitpicky because I don't know that I consider him even to be. I guess he would be considered WWE, but now I guess I'm gonna have to throw WCW into the mix.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be WWE because
that's my fault. That's on me. That's on me. I'm sharp in my knives. It's on me.
I stumped you.
You did. You got me. Hulk
got it.
Hogan. Hulk Hogan's not somebody I consider heavily to think about for the Attitude Era.
Yeah, but I mean, I consider him WWE because we went to
And we saw him in
WrestleMania.
person at WrestleMania 30 in
Yeah.
New Orleans.
He was there.
This is true.
And I was like, that's Hulk Hogan. And he called it the Silver Dome,
No, he called it
the Superdome.
No, it was the Superdome. He called it
called it the
something else.
Silverdome.
The Silverdome, yes.
He goes, I'm so happy to be here at the Silver
He
Dome.
was obviously inebriated when he did
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Well, that's all we got for you guys this week. Make sure to tune in next week. We'll give our reactions to day 1. Hopefully something interesting happens.
All right.
As always, I'm NerdyD. That's Level Up Lauren, and you can ring that final bell.
Bing, bing, bing. Bing, bing, bing.
Pick it up. Notorious. Pick